Hi everyone, my name is Jeanne and I will be talking about the reliability of other ethnicity effects, or OEE. This is the phenomenon where people are better at recognizing faces from their own ethnicity compared to faces from other ethnicity. This is part of a larger study which looked at the magnitude of OEE using a large sample of Caucasian and Asian participants. This paper is coming out soon, so stay tuned. One way of measuring the OEE is getting the difference between the score on an own ethnicity and other ethnicity test, the standard of which is the Cambridge Face Memory Test, or CFMT. For our study, we used three versions: Boston, Australian, and Asian, but for this section, we used the difference between Australia and Asia CFMT scores. So in general, CFMTs on their own have high internal reliability. However, no study has explored the reliability of OEE itself. So a quick recap of the CFMT protocol. There are 6 target faces participants have to learn. Each trial has a triad of faces, 1 target and 2 distractors. In learn phase, the triads were shown in left, front, and right views. In novel phases, triads were shown in different lighting and views. And lastly, in noise, the images had Gaussian noise added for increased difficulty. To test for the reliability of the OEE, we have taken a few steps. Using Python programming, we split each phase of the CFMT by randomly allocating the items into 2 bins. For example, we picked 9 random items from Learn, 15 from Novel, and 12 from Noise to make split 1, and the remainder of the test makes split 2. We did this 9,999 times. Next, we calculated the difference for each of the split half between the own ethnicity and other ethnicity test, creating an OEE split half score. For example, we have OEE1 and OEE2 for one iteration. For the Caucasian sample, this would be Australia minus Asia, and vice versa for Asian sample. And finally, using Spearman-Brown correction, we check the reliability of the OEE scores from each split pairs, so OEE1 and OEE2, and so forth, and thus creating a distribution of split half reliability coefficients. So for our full sample, the mean alpha was 0.64, for Caucasians 0.65, and for Asians 0.63, values which are generally lower than the reliability of the CFMT performance themselves, which on our data were generally above 0.8, but nonetheless are within the acceptable values. So here we have demonstrated that although individual CFMT versions have high internal reliability, the reported OEE, which is derived from a difference between 2 tests, is generally lower. This therefore implies that future work into OEE should utilize tests with high internal reliabilities to begin with, and at the same time report the internal reliability of the OEE itself for transparency purposes. Thank you for listening.